mean, Joshua's not gonna fight Wilder. He's not. He's scared. He's scared. And I feel Wilder could beat Joshua. Yes, I feel Wilder could beat Joshua, but I want to fight Wilder, so I'd rather fight him. I'd rather fight him than any other Trumps.
And those are the words, once again, of Andy Ruiz. I will make many videos about Andy because he had a lot to say about a lot of fighters. And here is another opinion of him with Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. Now, we heard Andy say that Anthony won't fight Wilder. He's scared. He thinks Wilder will win. That is all. Then he goes back to, because of course I want to fight Wilder. Let me counterpunch. I think Andy is saying that simply because he's still an Al Haymon fighter. Now, the irony of this is he got his breakthrough from Eddie Hearn in DAZN. If it wasn't for Eddie Hearn, AJ, of course, in DAZN, Andy Ruiz wouldn't be who he is. At all. He wouldn't be nowhere near any of these fighters. I don't think he would have had the opportunity to do any of these things. And I think that's just a way of him leaning towards the, Team Wilder because he wants the Wilder fight. One thing and one strategy you do, you disassociate the interest of another fighter wanting to fight the guy that you claim you want to fight more. Okay? And that's what Andy's doing. No, I don't think he wants to fight. I think he's scared. I think Wilder beats him. Well, it's clever from Andy. It's a clever attempt anyway, because what Andy's trying to do, he's trying to get the fight himself, supposedly. Whereas there's been more positive talks with Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder versus Andy Ruiz and Deontay Wilder. And the sad part about that is he's still in the same stable as Wilder, and they still can't get the shit to work. So you ask yourself, what is Al doing? What is Al allowing? Versus what Al is not doing and what he's not allowing. I think Al Haymon is a guy that if he really wants something, he'll make it happen. And I think since he pretty much manages both guys, I don't think he wants any of these fights to happen, to be honest with you. Because it's a lot of things from the video that Andy broke his silence that is not being said. A lot of things that Andy's doing is he's saying, okay, well, I tried to talk to Wilder, but he didn't really say what Wilder said. So it's a lot of incomplete bullshit to me. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, well, if you guys don't have the power, then who does? Because if he doesn't have the power to make his own fights, or neither does Andy, because Andy needs his daddy, well, that means him, his daddy, and whoever really controls Deontay Wilder need to come together to make a fight. And if it's Al Haymon and he's already made the call, he's already made the call. That fight more than likely won't happen if it hasn't happened. Okay? Charles Martin versus Luis Ortiz happened. Luis Ortiz versus Andy Ruiz happened. The only mishaps or screeching brakes, stopping brakes, was Andy Ruiz a couple years ago because he just did not want to fight Luis Ortiz. But other than that, those fights were made. So you got to ask yourself, people, why these fights are not getting made the way they should get made, especially when both guys are in the same stable. But talking about another guy, with DAZN, a guy that you've upset and you fought, saying that he's scared, he doesn't want the fight, without really knowing any facts about it, I have to say that's just biased. Because what does Andy know about the negotiations from Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua? He hasn't even justified any evidence or any type of evidence of anything. Okay? Of Anthony Joshua with Saudi Arabia with Deontay Wilder, and you don't even hear Wilder talk about Anthony scared. Not yet. You know what I mean? But he said that before. And I don't think it was the case because he was constantly being sent offers. He went from Anthony Joshua to be scared to Anthony Joshua's begging for a fight now, which I don't understand none of that shit. That's the stupidest shit ever. If a person's ducking you, they can't be begging you for a fight if they're ducking you for a fight, from a fight. Okay, so I don't think Andy knows what the fuck he's talking about. I just think Andy is required to say certain things based on his affiliation of what stable or what network that he fights on and who really controls Andy Ruiz, and it ain't his daddy. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Andy Ruiz claiming that Anthony Joshua is scared of Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder takes Joshua. He wants Wilder still to this day. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.